All right, so this is the Ruger Gen 2 Predator. This is chambered in 7mm PRC. I'm sure a lot of you have seen some of these Gen 2s already, but kind of a little bit different. Cheek rest and the barrel, spiral fluted barrel. And then it's got the muzzle brake. It's got a little bit different mag design. It's plastic. Seems to work all right. And then we got the 3-stage trigger or safety. And we got the fire. And this one you're able to operate the bolt. And then this one locks the bolt. Which is pretty convenient. I shot it today at the range, and it seemed, I thought it was going to be, it would kick a little bit more, but it didn't. I think that muzzle brake is a perfect combination for that. And I got it paired with a Leupold VX3 HD 4.5 to 14 by 50, and those are the medium rings. I was trying to find so much information on this when I was just putting it together. There really hasn't been much out there. I haven't seen a whole lot of people have it in the Predator, and I was able to find it in the store, so I bought it right away. And I just wanted to make this video because I was having a hard time finding some stuff. All right, the Ruger's just zeroed in at 100 yards. We're letting the barrel cool down here. I'm cleaning it every couple shots just because this is the first shots it's had, breaking in the barrel. We have 6 shots right now through the Hornady Precision Hunter. I'm gonna probably do 10 rounds a piece in each box. Just see how they do. We're gonna see how accurate each one of them are at 100 yards. And then after that, we're gonna get the chronograph out. This place will rent it to me, so see what kind of numbers we're getting. I've heard varying reviews on that Hornady Precision Hunter. Not much on the Norma, and then the Federal Premiums. I've heard good things about them. So the ammo that we have in review is the Federal Premium 170 grain Terminal Ascent. Then we have the Normas. I've never shot any of these. These are the 165 grain Bondstrike. And then we have the Precision Hunters from Hornady. And those are the 175 grain eld-x. I've heard good things on them. The only thing I'm not sure is on the velocities. We're shooting it out of a Ruger Gen 2. That's in the Predator. Just letting the barrel cool down right now and start breaking in the barrel here. All right, so the first 3-shot group, we're going to be using the Hornady Precision Hunter 175 grain eld-x's. Let the barrel cool down, and each 3-shot group will let the barrel cool down, sit in front of the fan for a little bit, and then we'll test out the other ones. All right, we got the barrel cooled down, and put the bore snake through there. Now we're gonna try the Federal Premium Terminal Ascent. These ones are in 170 grain out of the 7 PRC. All right, right, now we got the Norma Bondstrike. They are 165 grains. It says long range hunting on them. Got the barrel cooled down again. I'm gonna do a shoot 3-shot group and see how these Norma shoot. Alright, we're gonna shoot the Precision Hunter Hornady 175 grain eld-x's again. The Ruger American Gen 2 7 PRC.
$27.92. $27.66.
All right, now we got 2 of the Federal Terminal Ascent 170 grain of the Ruger 7mm PRC. Now we got the second round of the Norma Bondstrike, the 165 grain out of the Ruger. Alright, just got back from the range. We're shooting the Ruger Gen 2 in the Predator. This one is chambered in the 7mm PRC. I tested out 3 different ammos here. Precision Hunter 175 grain eld-x, the Federal Premium Terminal Ascent 170 grain, and then the Norma Bondstrike, that's a 165 grain. Overall, they all did pretty well. I mean, obviously, dependent on your velocities that you had on all of them. So the Precision Hunter, we have claimed velocity of 3,000. And I was able to get on this 22-inch barrel a velocity of 2785. My best grouping was half an inch at 100 yards, so I think it did pretty well, besides having, you know, over 200, averaging over 200 feet per second than what the box claimed. I'm sure that might have to do with with size, length barrel, and maybe a couple other factors. Well, just to point out, every 3 shots I was letting the barrel cool down and run the bore snake through it and then cleaning it up just a little bit. Not your full in-depth process of cleaning up, but definitely bore snake, and then some of them oil wipes for the bolt and everything else like that. So then I went to our Federal Premium Terminal Ascent 170 grain. I can't remember what this one had, a claimed velocity of. Claimed velocity 2950 at the muzzle, and I was able to get 2908 for a 3-shot average, so they're pretty close. That's probably the closest one there, but this one was shooting 1 inch. Best I could get was 1 inch groups at 100 yards. Still pretty good, but I'd like to test them out a little bit further. Like I said, I only got up to 100 yards. I was breaking in the barrel and then shooting 3-shot groups just to see what we had on the chronograph. So then I went to the Norma Bondstrike, which I've never shot before. These are 165 grains, and let's see what they were claiming for velocity wise. All right, so sorry about that. I had to run a calculation because they have it in meters. So they have 920, so it's 3,018 feet per second. And I ended up doing a 3-shot average of a velocity of 2861. So 150 off the claimed, but like I said, that could be, maybe they're using a longer barrel, maybe they had a little bit warmer conditions, or higher elevation. That one was grouping 3/4 of an inch, 0.75. I don't think that was too bad. So I don't really know which one I'm going to go with yet, but I think I'm going to reach them out to 200 and 300 yards and see how they do before I make a decision there. Thanks for watching.